Elena Alexandrova vs Coco Gauff, preview and match prediction. Elena Alexandrova vs Coco Gauff, USA. This year's Roland Garros has already made history. For the first time since 2003, all top 8 seeded players advanced to the fourth round in Paris, a feat not seen at any Grand Slam since Melbourne 2005. Coco Gauff contributed to this milestone, also marking a personal achievement. The young American now faces 30-year-old Alexandrova, who has reached the second week at Roland Garros for the first time in her career, battling for a spot in the quarterfinals. Elena Alexandrova. A coaching change can deliver swift results not only in team sports, but also in as unique an individual discipline as women's tennis. Alexandrova, who has gathered considerable and not always positive experience, decided to switch coaches. She now works with Igor Andreev, aiming to stabilize her position in the top 30 and claim titles more significant than WTA 125 events. So far, the switch has yielded a title in Linz, which propelled her into the top 20, and a victory over Aryna Sabalenka. Right now, I'm focusing on thinking more on court and learning to select my shots. It's not always easy because sometimes I want to make impulsive, silly decisions. In the past, in crucial moments, I was eager to finish points quickly, smashing the ball instantly whenever I saw an opportunity. I still feel that urge, but now I try to be patient. I used to hit the first ball regardless of how comfortable it was. Now I try to wait and construct points. I want to strike immediately, but that often leads to 3 or 4 unnecessary shots as I wait for a better ball. Previously, I'd send a wild flat shot down the line. If it missed, I'd think the point was lost. Now I understand it couldn't have gone right unless by miracle or luck. I used to play the same way on every surface, aiming to win points with one shot, but now I adapt, adjust my game, and seek smarter solutions. It's challenging. You still think finish it faster, but you end up frustrated when the shot doesn't land. I don't want to endure long rallies or chase extra balls, although in some matches, like against Kudermetova, this approach worked much better than just power shots. Alexandrova summarized. Before now, Alexandrova had only reached the fourth round once at a Grand Slam, Wimbledon 2023, where the conditions favored her aggressive style, especially on the damp grass. At Roland Garros, fortune favored her draw a bit. Shorter Italian opponents Lucia Bronzetti and Elisabetta Cocciaretto struggled to challenge the powerful 175 centimeters Russian, and in the third round, Veronika Kudermetova faltered with several unforced errors, 31 to Alexandrova's 26, and lost her first serve. But ahead lies the audacious Gauff, who is unlikely to yield easily. Coco Gauff. For the 5th consecutive season, Gauff has reached the Roland Garros fourth round, becoming a key part of another statistical feat. Since Venus Williams, Coco is the youngest American to reach the fourth round in 7 consecutive Grand Slams. Venus had a streak of 9 straight Grand Slams, US Open 1997 to 1999, a milestone from another era. Gauff is often hailed as the heir to the Williams sisters. If only she had Serena's serve, not just powerful but precise, the WTA's dominance question might be settled. Occasionally, Gauff's forehand falters, but not in the third round clash with Marie Bouzkova in Paris. In the first set, Coco played so effortlessly it was hard to believe she hadn't beaten the Czech in their last 2 matches. She cruised to a 6-1 set win. Then the match took a dramatic turn, the kind tennis fans adore, yes, in part because of breaks of serve. After Bouzkova adjusted from her poor first set, the contest exploded with 8 consecutive breaks. Bouzkova recorded just 4 winners against 9 unforced errors in set 1, while Gauff was almost the opposite, 10 winners and 4 errors. Once Bouzkova had nothing to lose, she played aggressively, matching Gauff shot for shot. Without 3 double faults in the second set, the score could have been closer, possibly stretching to a third set. Yet the American still looked more consistent overall. It's tempting to speculate Gauff deliberately slowed the pace to gain more time on court, but that theory falls apart. No player would risk losing 3-5 on their opponent's serve intentionally. One could further speculate about outside factors designed to disrupt Gauff, an intriguing narrative fitting her superhero aura. But in reality, Bouzkova simply raised her level dramatically in the second set, while Gauff's game dipped slightly. The stats tell the story. 22 winners to 24 unforced errors for Gauff, and 12 winners to 18 errors for Bouzkov. The 5-3 lead for Bouzkov was more an anomaly than a trend, as was the tiebreak finish rather than a straight victory for Gauff 6-4 or 7-5. Head-to-head record. On the WTA Tour, Alexandrova and Gauff have met 4 times, with Gauff leading 3-1. 2 of Gauff's wins came on hard courts. In 2021 at Dubai, winning 2 tiebreaks 7-6, 7-3, 2-6, 7-6, 10-8, and in 2023 at Beijing in straight sets 7-5, 6-3. Last year in Berlin on grass, Gauff avenged a loss earlier that summer there by defeating Alexandrova 7-6, 8-6, 6-2, after losing 4-6, 0-6 in the previous meeting on the same courts. Chronologically, one could consider Gauff's victory in Beijing as payback for Berlin, just on a different surface. Alexandrova vs Gauff. Match prediction. After her match against Alexandrova, Veronika Kudermetova admitted, "We were nervous and played poorly. I gave everything to her on a platter without showing even 20% of my game, let alone half my level. Katia was more consistent and resilient." Those words, surely analyzed by Gauff's team, hold the key to the young American's 5th consecutive Roland Garros quarterfinal. Fewer errors, especially with her serve, not necessarily delivering aces, but cutting down on double faults, combined with the same fighting spirit she showed against Bouzkov, should be enough for Gauff to win in straight sets without tea breaks. The match could wrap up within 20 games, or at most 21.